We have an awesome show for you today. We're going to talk about the AEW console game, giving you the updates and the latest news regarding the game, when we could expect it, some of the modes, what the game might even be called. Let's get into the news right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to Assemble. I'm Matt. Great to have you here. Usually we're going to talk about 2K22. Well, today we get to change it up. We're going to talk about AEW. We're going to talk about the console game and what we know so far regarding the game. Now, the game is expected to launch sometime in the year 2022. We don't have any confirmations yet. Kenny Omega has done some interviews recently where he has spoken about the game. Basically, he hopes to be able to give us more details, more reveals, more information very soon. Fightful Select had a report and an update on the game, and it goes like this. There's a story mode, which we're told is being worked on to include some input from certain wrestlers themselves. In addition, we've heard that several of the Yuke's team that helped create fondly remembered SmackDown vs. Raw games are a part of this process as well. So this is great news that if we are in fact going to get a story mode, it's what I've been looking for from the AEW game, that we would get a story mode, a career mode, championship mode, something reminiscent of the years of old, from the days of our WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercies with our championship mode, going up the tiers, going up the ladders. I really hope that they are able to do something, flush out something with a story mode that's going to allow you to take an AEW superstar, go for the TNT title, to the world title, the tag titles, the women's division, women's and men's storylines, things like that. I really hope that they are able to flush this out and give fans a really cohesive story mode. What do you all want from an AEW story mode? That's a big question I have. Do you want it to be with a custom created superstar like we have with My Rise in 2K22? Or are you looking for something where you're going to take an existing AEW star, like a CM Punk, Moxley, Darby Allin, Kenny Omega, and have them go up through the story itself? I'd be very curious to see what they do in the direction that AEW goes in with the story mode. Now, the other piece of news is some of the trademarks that AEW recently did and recently filed as they pertain to two different things, and one of them being the video game. On Monday, March 21st, AEW filed an application to secure the phrase AEW Fight Forever. And they filed a patent to include kind of the following, to cover the following elements: downloadable game software, downloadable computer game software, downloadable electronic game software, downloadable interactive game software, video game discs, downloadable video game programs, downloadable video game software, recorded video game programs, recorded video game software. AEW Fight Forever. Could this be the name of the video game itself? If it is, what do you think of it? I kind of like it. Kind of think it's a little bit different. It's not just going to be the AEW video game. It did file another trademark for Undisputed Elite, but this is going to be for something different. Undisputed Elite is, quote, fan clubs, providing a website featuring entertainment information in the fields of sports and entertainment, providing entertainment information in the fields of sports and entertainment via the website, conducting entertainment exhibitions in the nature of wrestling exhibits and performances by professional wrestlers, entertainment in the nature of wrestling contests, providing wrestling news and information via global computer network. So the Undisputed Elite sounds like much more of a membership program that they are going to be running with AEW. Big question I have is what the roster will look like with the AEW game, and how AEW and Yuke's plan to handle the changes in rosters and talent kind of year over year, because we have seen this game being talked about, being in development quite early on in the days of AEW, and the talent in the roster is different. It's expanded, it's massive now, and we have huge names like CM Punk and Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson in there. I wonder how AEW will make sure that their roster stays up to date. I really hope that they can do something completely different from that of 2K, where we just get the roster that we get, you get standard DLC packs. I want AEW to do something significantly different, to try and do something unique and new with their approach, to offer us maybe season passes or make it more of a live service where we will get updates every couple of months to the roster and they bring in more and more additions to it. If the core gameplay is tight and solid, fans are looking for that in my opinion, and you can keep building the roster. But with the likes of Cody Rhodes being in there and presumably being ready to be in the game, now he is gone and he's about to make an appearance, we think, with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Would we even see Cody Rhodes in the AEW game? It's a big question mark. Not only that, the newly added ROH and the development of that, and what that might look like within the video game. if at all. Thunder Rosa also talked to Fightful in a new interview and said that her prototype for the game has already been created and has been shown to her. We also know that AEW music producer Mikey Rokas told Fightful that there was a soft deadline for some of the music for the story mode the week before AEW Revolution. There are several wrestlers that we've heard from that haven't had anything to do with the video game thus far and aren't sure if they'll be included or involved. This is all coming from Fightful Select, so make sure you go subscribe and support Fightful because they do amazing work over there as well. This also ties into Kenny Omega's recent interviews and comments saying that he had hoped that they would have something to show around the time of AEW Revolution or shortly thereafter. It doesn't sound like we are getting that. We haven't received anything in any new updates. I think if you're AEW, you let the dust settle on 2K. You let WWE have their stuff. It's WrestleMania week as well. There's a lot going on, and I wouldn't want their game to get muddled or, not getting the proper attention that they would want to see. I think that if you're AEW, get something really cool to put together. Put a really cool sizzle reel trailer that you can put of multiple different stars. Put it together to showcase some stuff of what we can expect, hopefully, from the game when it comes out, and launch that at your next pay-per-view over that weekend when your hardcore audience is paying attention to your product. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the AEW game? When could we see the next update? What do you think of a story mode, like I said, and what do you think you would want from a story mode when it comes to the AEW game? Either way, I'm excited. We have a lot of wrestling games coming out or are out with 2K. You got Wrestling Code out there. You've got the AEW game. There's a lot to be excited about to be wrestling fans. And if you guys enjoy the show, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all that good stuff. And if you want to check out some of our other AEW content, we got this video right here for you. And I'll see you guys on the next episode.